Hi, welcome back. If it looks like I'm coming to you from a picture frame, it's because I'm looking in a mirror. I'm going to try my first time using Google Glass to teach a cooking session. So let's go. I've had a lot of requests for how to make plain egg drop soup, and I'm going to do that. It only takes maybe 10 minutes or so. So let's go for it. Here we go. So what we have here is some boiling water. And to the water, I'm going to add some bouillon. And this is great stuff. This is called Better Than Bouillon. And what's great about this is that it has no MSG. And this is organic, and it's a turkey base. So I've got a cup of water in here, and to that cup I'm going to add a heaping teaspoon of the Better Than Bouillon. And as you can see, it's heating up here. So while that's dissolving, let's prepare the other part of the egg drop soup. So I have a cup of warm water right here, and to that I'm going to add a tablespoon of cornstarch. And it's very important that I I put this cornstarch into just warm water and not hot water. Otherwise, it will clump up. I'm going to cover this up, and I'm going to mix it up completely. So that the cornstarch is in the water. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to stir this into the bouillon. So what I have now is I have 2 cups of liquid. What's going to happen is that very quickly the cornstarch mixing with the hot water and the bouillon is going to thicken up, and it'll clarify somewhat. So some of you are familiar with egg drop soup know that it has a yellow color, and a way to make it yellow colored is to add a couple drops of yellow food coloring. So there we go. We'll just add a couple drops. We'll mix that in. And that's starting to thicken up. We'll let that come to a boil. And what we'll do next is we'll take a couple eggs. So this is the egg drop part. We'll break these eggs right into this container. We'll cover that up. And just shake that up. So this egg is well scrambled. And let's go over here and let's look in on our broth. You can see that's thickened up. So here's the part. So you can kind of see that that's really kind of smoothed out. And that'll continue to thicken a little bit. So that's boiled. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a serving fork. And you can use this, or you could use a slotted spoon if you like. And I'm going to hold this fork right over the edge And you can see that the broth is boiling. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually turn this to low. So it's going to kind of slow the boiling down. And I'm going to slowly pour the egg through the fork. And what that's going to do is it's going to make these thin threads throughout the broth. And if you kind of look, you can see it's forming these threads on the surface of the soup. So you don't want it to be boiling, because what that will do is that's going to break the threads up. There we go. Then what we'll do is we'll take the fork and we'll slowly just kind of run it through. Okay, so you're not scrambling it anymore. You're just kind of running the fork gently through the broth. Until the egg is poached. And really this takes maybe a minute or so for that to happen. And that's done. So let's spoon this. So we have a little more than 2 cups of egg drop soup here. I'll shut that off. So there you have it. And thanks for joining me for this experiment with Google Glass. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me.